Yo, So Sick Nash fan back, and we are here with more match reviews. This time, the NA SWC 2025 qualifier grand finals between Diaphone Ronaldo and BarBar Marco. Now, these are two of the best players in NA, so this was a hell of a set, and I am excited to review this match with y'all. So let's go ahead and get into it. So right off the bat, BarBar does the EX Tatsu, gets a knockdown on Diaphone, but Diaphone said, no, I'm not respecting that. He said he's going in, he's going to uppercut, he's going to show you that he's not going to respect that. So will BarBar uppercut? No, he blocks, but gets hit by that auto combo, take it to the corner, and he just eats the ball medium. Not sure what he tried to do. Maybe he wanted to uppercut but hesitated a little bit, but Diaphone takes the first round very convincing and very fast. So with this being said, not many people have experience against Ronaldo, so you kind of have to learn on the fly. And there we go with that new buff, just crushing that low. It's very easy to crush lows with that stand C. Now Diaphone going for the shimmy, and he still gets a punish but drops the punish. That actually could have been a dead character. BarBar with the back throw, fakes the overhead, goes low, and gets some damage on the screen. This is what you want to see as a Marco player. But that pushback, so this setup, I will have to test this because I did make a video on that punish that Diaphone could definitely do a stand C with Ronaldo right there, but the pushback looked kind of crazy, so I will have to test that myself. But now Diaphone just going for those auto combos. That R+2 at the ender, hits the backdash, gets a throw, and that actually clipped Diaphone's backdash. He tried to backdash, just probably try to bait something, and BarBar woke up with the super and was able to clutch that. So 1-1 in rounds. Oh, he tries to go air to air, but kind of preemptive. Gets knocked down into a throw loop. Okay, he doesn't throw again. Gets a good back throw. Let's see. He fakes the low. This time he does nothing, but he is rev blocking, so he is pushing Marco out of range of the threat. And when you do push him out, he gets a far B, so it's not as scary. So Diaphone took like complete advantage of that and was rev blocking a lot against him just to push him out of that range and be a lot more comfortable versus not getting mixed up all day. So he gets the big super. A lot of damage overhead, and he tries to, so I'm gonna rewind this so y'all can see this. He tries right here to get a high dodge, and previously on my stream I had just showed that you cannot high dodge this setup. For one, this setup is a +5 setup. All you can do is an invul super or an uppercut. You cannot high dodge this, and you cannot rev blow him back even if you have rev blow. It is a Ronaldo specific setup that the only ways you can get out are like invul options. And I did show BarBar this, but in the heat of the moment you can, you just get caught up in your muscle memory, and he did get counter hit for trying to high dodge there. So that was good awareness by Diaphone to do that because that's a huge knowledge check. And just to let y'all know, you do need an invul move to stop that. If you try to stop it with like a high dodge or your rev blow, you will get counter hit and you will potentially get your health bar deleted. All right, so next game, BarBar with a huge JD. This is the type of knockdown you want with Marco, but gets uppercutted again. So last set, remember, first knockdown was an uppercut. So Diaphone with the read. So again, let's go back to this because this was huge. He does a standing D, right? And he feels like BarBar is actually going to guard cancel. He feels like the guard cancel is going to come like guard cancel uppercut, because that's a very common option that anybody with an uppercut does, especially at this level. So because he knows this, he does stand D, then he does a rev blow to counter the guard cancel uppercut, because as you see it says guard cancel. He got to just defend, he went for the uppercut, but that uppercut will always lose to like a button into an uppercut or a button into a rev blow. So you see right here, he gets that uppercut and he gets the full counter hit. So that was very smart for Diaphone to go for that option. It was pretty genius actually to go for that option to stop BarBar from guard cancel. And then you do get a hard knockdown setup right here. What is the mix? He jumps right over the uppercut and just gets a huge amount of damage. Now, one thing about Ronaldo, he does some of the most damage in the entire game. So you cannot afford to get hit by any of Ronaldo's buttons, because he will literally like delete you. So you cannot get hit by that. Okay, so Diaphone just press and slide. He just wants to get that knockdown, jumps over the throw. So at this point, Diaphone has so much momentum on his side. We get setups, and BarBar with the stand jab anti-air, shades of Street Fighter 5. Let's go. Okay, and Tatsu break. Diaphone immediately presses, but that is a layer. So BarBar basically saw that stand C, thought it was the auto combo, and pressed, trying to probably high dodge or hit the button, because Diaphone loves using the auto combo, but sometimes he'll do a 5A into a 5C. So he'll do that, and when he does that, your natural instinct will be to try to hit it, and he will go into the shoulder. Oh, he hits the fireball, and this is, like I said, what you don't want to do, but BarBar with the adjustment. So we're gonna go back, we're gonna show the adjustment. This is a very important adjustment right here. So Diaphone does it again. He does it again. He does stand D into rev, and he does this just in case BarBar does do guard cancel uppercut. But he does not do guard cancel uppercut this time. He actually waits it out and gets a huge reaction. So that was a really, really good adjustment. Just showing the level of play is so high that both of these guys know what's going on, and they're going to counter each other, and they're going to make adjustments. And that was a huge adjustment. Gets the knockdown. What's the mix? And Diaphone just wakes up with a standing C. But he was baiting, so he delayed, but that was very smart by Diaphone just to press anyway. And again, another uppercut. BarBar cannot get any of his mix-up started, and I think that this was a critical part of the match, that he could not get anything started. He's not getting clean hits. Every hit is kind of a scrambly hit, and you do not want those. You want clean hits with Marco. Got an uppercut, and this was big. He got around. This is what you need. This is exactly what you need right here. So what is the adjustment that BarBar will do to try to secure this round is the question. So both players just controlling that neutral spacing, but BarBar immediately goes in and he is sensing blood. He gets the hit. This is what he needs. But Diaphone with the jump and C, and they are both just trying to get a hit, but nobody's getting a clean hit right now. Tournament nerves are definitely intact. It's just so much money. This is literally to go compete for $1 million right here. Oh, and what a high dodge against the high dodge. That was actually insane. BarBar with the clutch. Goes for the mix, and Diaphone just knows when to wake up. He wakes up, reads the backdash. That was actually, this part of the match was so insane, because if you look at this in slow motion, if you look at this play is actually insanity. Diaphone wakes up with the super, and he literally runs at BarBar, chases the backdash, and knows BarBar is gonna try to press and counter hits him with stand D. That read was actually completely insane. The fact that he knew he was gonna do that, because he hasn't done it this set. So the fact that he knew, he just had a feeling. That was risky, but it worked out. And now Diaphone is on match point. Everything, all the marbles are on the line. And he's just neutral jumping. He's not trying to get hit, but still gets hit anyway. BarBar catches that trip guard, stand jab, anti-air, but the overhead does not connect with the jab. It's the distancing. And there's that nerf, that range nerf on the EX Tatsu. Huge nerf. And now Diaphone is getting clipped, but no big hits, because BarBar has no meter to cash out that crouch B, far B. Oh, and Diaphone just goes right under him with the high dodge. And BarBar did not cash out that super. That was huge. That super was everything. He needed that super. And now that buffed stand C into GG's into Diaphone It's going to SWC. Connection interrupted. You already know. Good games to both players, and wow. Congrats, Diaphone. You're going to SWC. What a match. Man, we love some City of the Wolves here, man. Until next time, peeps. Peace.